Hello and welcome to Rabi Ribi Randomizer, co-op with us and Stars. This is
Hi,
going to be
everyone.
a really fun run, and we are super excited for it.
Do you want to count us down, Natar, to get us started?
Oh, can I? Okay, we're ready for this. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So one of the biggest noticeable differences in this randomizer is the backgrounds change. When these backgrounds change, it can sometimes have an effect on the beginning, on the foreground layer. And there's a specific tile set, or a specific background that makes the entire front of the stage invisible. So we might end up needing different weapons to be able to shoot and actually see where they collide in the platforms to know where they are, depending on how well we do or do not know. And you'll see us doing a lot of what's called bunny hops throughout this run. Right now it's our fastest mode of transport, where we jump and then we do what's called a quick drop to fall really quick. It gives us slightly more speed. But with any luck, we'll get some movement items early and we can go even faster.
So the fact that literal bunny hopping is the fastest way to move early on is amazing, because the plot of this game is that you're a bunny who has been transformed into a bunny girl.
Arena is the only bunny girl, by the way, the only actual bunny girl. We will see others, but they're just wearing costumes. And on our side, anyway, we have Ribbon now, who is our little fairy friend, and she will shoot magic for us. That's very important, and because with everything being randomized, we may not find the primary attack, which is the hammer, for quite a long time.
So normally when you defeat Ribbon, you get blue type attack only. But in this case, we also happen to find red and yellow very early on along the way to Ribbon. So we're going to have 3 different types of attacks at the very start of the game, which is really nice.
A lot of this movement in this game may seem like it's a little bit of, like, for instance, wall jumps. You'll see us do a lot of wall jumping, and normally, you know, in a lot of platforming games, you need an item to be able to wall jump, or you can just wall jump innately. Well, here there's both. This wall jump is intended, but it's a little bit tricky to pull off without the wall jump item. And the map is actually designed in such a way that you can get all the way around it, or almost all the way around it, with 0% items, so no movement items. That does consider that we would have Ribbon, though. Ribbon does not count as an item, she is a friend.
So the goal of this is to find 5 Easter eggs. And the game has these items, the secret items called Easter eggs, alongside normal items. And in the vanilla game, there's about 60 of them. And in this randomizer, they've taken out all but 5, with 5 as the goal. So you're going to see a bunch of spots to be checked that are going to be empty, and those are spots which would have had the removed Easter eggs.
Another piece of movement you probably just saw me do there is that bunny hop into a wall jump in order to move really fast for a good amount of time if you can get it at the right timing. A hidden mechanic in this game, I don't know if it's technically hidden, but you can see our item counter percent in the top, and a lot of the times with speedrunning, you want to stay under 10% because Ribbon and Arena, they are a glass cannon together when they're under 10%. But you cross that 10% and the calculations for the boss health and your damage and stuff change a little bit.
So we clicked into the item at the top of the pyramid. Normally you're supposed to have bombs for that, but you can click into it. And we got the gold carrot, which is a full heal item, which is really unfortunate because it looks very close to carrot bombs, graphically. And we got very excited. Carrot bombs are the bomb item, which is one of the most important items that we're looking for, and one of the items on the tracker.
So in a few minutes here, I'm going to be very close to town, and I'll need to know what outfit I'm changing into. This will be the first and only guaranteed time to change outfit.
Perfect. I will close that donation incentive then. And I can tell you what the name will be.
And if you notice, the backgrounds are also shuffled. The current background that you're seeing on our screen is one that you're supposed to see inside of the computer, not out in the park. So let's talk more about the items that we're looking for.
Well, I'm about to get into town, so I need to know the outfit choice, please.
Yeah, just 1 second there. Had a quick technical thing. And the outfit is going to be formal.
Yay, the formal is so cute.
Heck yes.
That is right on the D-pad with the button changes. Okay. I got the confirmation sound. I'm in the formal outfit.
So the items that we are looking for that are on the tracker. There's the carrot-looking item, which is carrot bombs, which allow us to break bomb blocks. There are the Rabi slippers, which is high jump in this game. It'll give us an extra tile of jump height. And the one right below that is air jump, which will give us a double jump. And the last one is slide, which will let us fit into the morph bottlenose.
So I'm going back to Starting Forest to check a bunch of the things we couldn't get there early.
Sounds good.
Let me know when's a good time to read a donation.
Now is a great time.
Go for it.
Perfect. I have $72 from Hupfen saying $1 for each minute that Lena's Inception run took. Cheers to Kemps and the whole Lena Discord. And with that donation, we have officially met the Ultima 6 Glitch Showcase. So thank you so much for that. Having seen it before, I can guarantee you are not going to regret this.
Oh
that's
no,
a cloud issue, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, we were hitting the wrong button combination and missed the costume change, but we'll get to that at the next chapter change. So this right here in town, this background, is the background which will make the front foreground invisible. So it's unfortunate that that means that we're not going to be seeing any invisible anything, which is good for the run speed, but not as good for entertainment value.
There's still the dark room that we haven't found yet.
So
go ahead.
In town, floating towards the ceiling was one of the 5 Easter eggs. So we found one of them, but we can't get to it until we have high jump and the double jump.
Okay, I'm gonna mark some things off on the tracker here, and by tracker I mean just an image of the maps that I have open, so I can just click what we have and haven't checked, because this game has a whole bunch of item locations.
There has to be we could probably estimate 150, 200?
And the maps are quite large. So I'm going to try to use this wall jump to cross this gap that I couldn't cross normally. There we go.
And the fact that this is open that 0% is possible in the base game, and there's even an achievement for it, means that the game is really, really, really open.
The one that looks like attack but has the green, that's the nature orb, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we can see it, but we can't get it. It's the one in forest near the hammer. But we don't need that, we don't think.
So we're going to see us sometimes when we're doing wall jumps, we're going to do a little turnaround first, and that is actually required. The wall jumps in this game are called reverse wall jumps, and it's that way so that because you're not supposed to actually find out about it in your initial playthrough.
And then, in addition to the wall jump, there's another extra little thing right after, which you're gonna see me use here in just a second, where I do the wall jump, and then I do the down drop against another wall, and Arena will kick off of the wall really fast. It's very handy. It's almost the second wall jump.
So we're going to be headed up the park to an area
forest. And there was nothing special. And now I'm checking the extra things in the cave that we can get.
So we're going to be headed up towards an area called the Sky High Bridge. And the music is all randomized. The graphics are all randomized. So it looks like we have the graphics here from the ice area.
Ooh. The only downside to randomizing the music is we don't have bounce on the bosses where it's appropriate. Or we're not guaranteed anyway.
Bounce is a wonderful meme in the community. The music for a couple of the most annoying bosses in the game, which are annoying because they bounce around all the time and are hard to hit.
Probably we'll get to see one of them. But since the goal is to get 5 eggs, we may not actually do as many boss fights as you would in vanilla for any run, which is called 10 TM.
We definitely want to get through this. We're doing as few boss fights as possible. So we'll see what we can get away with.
So right there, I was able to do that wall jump into wall kick to get up into that area, even though I shouldn't be able to. Whee! And it's empty. No item up there.
So the question in chat, we are on the same seed. We are sharing information on voice.
Need to be careful. My health is low.
So coming up is another use of the wall jump mechanics to get all the way up there. And you're going to see us using this all over the place. So now we are heading over towards an area called the Floating Graveyard, which is one of the prettiest areas in our opinion. And we even got the vanilla background for it. So you get to see how pretty that is.
Yay, we're able to reach the attack row.
That's a hammer! That is a hammer at the beginning of the graveyard.
Oh, nice. I'm definitely going to be following you up park then.
So the hammer is your melee weapon, and that's what you're supposed to get as your initial weapon in the game. And that's gonna make every boss significantly faster for the rest of the game. So it's a really, really, really good find. It's not progression, but it's a really, really good find. We're gonna head over to Rita into the Azure Snowland.
About the mechanics of this game is Ribbon, your carrot bombs, and your hammer all have levels that they can grow based on your usage of them. And so with Ribbon, the more we hit things with her magic, the faster she'll be able to charge, and the faster her mana will regen and whatnot. And with the hammer, you get new hammer techniques. And with the carrot bombs, they explode faster and for a little bit more damage. But the carrot bombs, as you can guess if you've seen any kind of platformer rando where bombs lock a lot of items, that's going to be one of the major things for us that we hope to find. there's optional way though than just bombs. There's a magic for ribbon that is orange. It's called the carrot shooter. And if we hit an enemy with the charge shot, it'll drop carrot bombs. Or we can use the little red meter above ribbon. If you can see it on my screen, it's pretty much full and it's flashing. We can use that, and she will drop some bombs too.
So there are slippers. We found slippers, the high jump boots, at the start of the Azure Snowland, but carrot bomb blocked. So that is one of the most important items in the game. It is going to be required to complete this seed, and we'll be able to grab them as soon as we get high jump boots.
Oh, the hideout exit is empty. So in this park climb that I'm in, you will see the wall jumps and the down kick a lot. Did you check, when you were climbing park, did you check the item to the far right under attack trade?
Nope.
Okay. Did you check attack trade?
Nope.
Okay. I think it might be an attack. Yeah, it's red. It's an attack up. So not worth going back for.
And because we're doing these areas before we have bombs, we're gonna have to go back through most of these areas later.
Okay, the item we're asking about to the right of attack up is just a pack up.
Can I pop in with a quick donation?
Go for it. Absolutely.
Perfect. We have a $4 donation from Rubash319 saying, get to 1,500. Also, make Rosa's name Ruby. And with that, we have hit $1,500. So thank you so much to everyone. And I really hope we can make it to our goal. We've made such good progress so far.
So just a quick reminder, we know Edgecase has been doing some content warnings like for flashing lights and things, but just in case y'all missed it or haven't already seen it, this game does have a bit of flashiness in the boss fights, mostly. It's, in my opinion, it's mild. I do have some photosensitivity, but it never really bothers me. But there are some bosses where it might be a little worse than others. Just keep that in mind, please.
Also, just want to pop in real quick there to let you know, with that, the naming incentives for Final Fantasy IV NES, which is being run tomorrow, Blind by Silverfire, those names are now open. So, or at least a portion of those names are open. So feel free to start donating to name, hopefully, your favorite Final Fantasy IV character your name of choice.
I look forward to seeing what everyone comes up with.
And here's Rita, the first proper boss fight of the game. From either of us.
So, what is basically any percent category, the main goal is to collect 10 town members so that you can go do the end of the game bosses. But there is a post-game, and so there's a lot of other categories that people run as well. And when we beat a boss, we either collect them as a town member, or we advance their portion of the story, and we can fight them again later, and which will collect them.
In this, to get to all the area, so the post-game is off limits in this randomizer. So in order to get to all the areas that we need to, we are going to need 4 town members. So you can see at the top, we have now collected our first town member.
Also, at the top, you can see whatever music track is being played since it is randomized. I think it's up there in the top, isn't it? Or does it show in? I think I might have to turn that on. I can't remember.
I think it's the bottom left when the music changes.
Okay, we'll double check. We might have to turn it on, we think. But oh, what badge is that? It's got a carrot on it. Carrot boost. Spikes. I'm in a dark room. I'm not supposed to be there, but
Sky High Bridge?
yeah, it's a very short dark room. Spikes do hurt a lot, though.
So there are many difficulties to this game. We are playing in the easiest difficulty, which basically means that you cannot die.
That's not exactly true. It just means it's hard to die. Especially once you get over the 10% mark.
You're right. We did fight Green Coterie earlier. That was the first boss fight.
Well, Ashuri. Well, Ribbon is the first boss fight. But we didn't have any items, so we couldn't do anything other than just wait. And the game recognizes if you don't have any items, so it makes their health drop really quick. And then, on the way to town, we did fight Ashuri 1. And Ashuri does do some bouncing. But not as bad as the bears.
So right here is a tricky wall jump that we're going to try and get. No guarantees we can actually get this. It is one of the harder ones in the game.
And even though we have the red and yellow magics right now, you'll mostly see us using blue because it does the best damage and hit stun per shot. Yellow is really good for traveling because you can just have it, you can just hold it on the whole time. So it can hit multiple enemies at once.
So we're going to abandon that and head over to the Golden Riverbank. And we're going to head up towards Ashuri too.
Okay.
So the first three bosses that we fought, the first boss that we fought in the prologue, for Coterie and Ashuri, were prologue bosses, and we did not collect them the town members. We're gonna have to fight each of them again in order to collect them the town members.
Was Hammer up above after Vanilla?
Yep.
Okay. We just beat Vanilla. We don't know why we went in there to fight her. This wall jump right here is really tight. Clear out these enemies.
So if you're below 10% item, the game will the game is much harsher about how much damage you take. And that is a mechanic which makes 0% much trickier. Because otherwise 0% would be too easy. And since there is an achievement for 0%, they wanted it to be a challenge.
The graveyard has vanilla background. Isn't that's the vanilla background for graveyard? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Hammer. What is a bunny girl without a giant hammer to wallop her enemies? Okay, I'm gonna mark off all of these things we were able to check.
So coming up, we're going to be fighting Ashuri 2, one of the bosses that we are fought for the first time already. And if you're playing this game on a higher difficulty, she is probably the hardest of the regular bosses.
Oh no, we didn't grab the park warp.
Oh no.
You've been and checked Did you check the frozen tundra?
Yep.
Okay. So I don't need to go grab it right now. Well, I guess I can go fight Sissany so that we can go to lab.
Sounds good. So because the map is so open, we're going to be trying to split up to be able to cover as much of the map as possible, as fast as possible.
And there will be times where we have to, especially depending on what the dark rooms or invisible rooms end up being, we just have to be like Freya's help. Because they know the game way better than we do. Oh,
So with the
found
hammer, these
wave. It was just before Sissany up the springboard.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we have hammer now.
Yeah, we were forgetting that we had hammer too. Normally in randos, you get to this point without having the hammer.
An interesting thing about the hammer is the 1-2-3 combo actually works better if you turn around after the 1.
That is something
Hit 'em
which
with
is
the
really,
backside.
that is something which is really easy to mess up, and which we decided just to not go for in speedruns, because it's so easy to just end up, losing DPS because you messed up. So because we have so few movement items, the next area that we go to is actually going to have a lot of one-way paths. So we're going to have to be really, really careful not to fall in the wrong spot. And you can see right here, very, very glitched graphics.
Alright, we got up trail now. That's handy.
Hey, the black room is an Evernight. Very fitting.
Oh gosh. That's one of the areas we're not super familiar with.
So this is a
An
randomized
interesting...
background.
Go ahead.
This is a randomized backgrounds at work. Because of that, we're gonna have to. It's gonna really test how well we know these rooms.
Yeah, it affects what the background we get affects the foreground tiles, as we were talking about earlier. And an interesting mechanic about the stamina, which is the lowest bar, the second lowest bar under arena. If I swing my hammer a few times, it refills a little slowly. But if I swing it until I'm completely out, you'll see it regenerates really fast. I'm going into Alias 1, and this is like a chapter marking point, so you remember to change your change whenever you go there first to change your
Good
outfit.
call. So you just saw us skip through a mini boss fight by selecting load game. It tricked the game into thinking that we'd already killed a bunch of them. Normally, you have to kill about 10 enemies there to continue.
You do have to scroll down from the starting position for spaces, for some reason, in order to make that work.
Does Saya normally have kitty attack as her background?
We don't. I mean, our primary experience is with Tentium, and we don't go to Saya with that. So, and that's why we usually let you go up Golden River Bank.
So this background music is called Kitty Attack. Everything about this game is delightful and cute.
Feel free to jump in anytime, Natara. If there's anything that you need to plug or donations to talk about.
Well, listen, I always have things to plug here. There is so much we need to talk about and love talking about. Let's just talk about the event and who's running the event. So currently this is being run by the Edge Case Collective, a streaming group made up by creative queers who play, build, and break games in interesting ways. And you can follow the group at the channel you're likely watching on, which is twitch.tv/Edge Case Collective, all one word. And they do regular content like Games of the Month, playing and trying out other games that they're doing, and hopefully more events such as this one.
In Golden Riverbank Freya's, did you check the item that's above the save point since you're going up? On the map, it's like
No,
one
the
of
far left. No, the far left corner. No.
it's right above the save point on the map. Yeah.
So right here in 0% is one of the most annoying loops in the game. If we were to go left, we could actually get stuck in a one-way passage, which would force us to go all the way, the full way back from the start of the Golden River Bank. So we have to actually go right here. And we have to... The map is very open if you have items, but with no movement items, this area is just incredibly closed off. So there's an item underneath the water here, but because of the background shuffle, we can't actually see what's there, which is interesting.
I'm going to pop in really quick there to just announce that I am stepping away as host. You will now have the lovely Glitch Witch taking care of you for the next shift. Thank you so much for having me. I will see
Thank you
you
so
all
much,
again.
Natara.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow, and good luck with the runs.
Welcome, Glitch Witch.
Hello. I know I'm coming in mid-run here, but I'll let you get back to the words that you might have been saying out loud. But I'll be here with you.
If we remember right, Glitch Witch, you ran this blind in preparation for Power Up with Pride a few years ago.
I absolutely did play through the the 10 townsfolk on the
10 town members.
Yeah, I won that blind race. Not to talk about myself too much. And it was awesome.
We remember you a little bit in. We gave y'all tips about how to do the wall jumps and things, and y'all started sequence breaking a lot. You and I can't remember everyone who was playing at the time, so I don't want to say names. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I want to say Ariel is definitely there, and question mark on the others. Not that it wasn't a memorable time. Just that it was 2 years ago. Just like
3 years ago, almost.
Wow. Yeah, that was a hot minute ago, if you will, technical term.
That was before we switched to using starisms.
Yeah,
as our handle.
I remember this.
On my screen right now, you can see I'm trying to do the block clip on a one tile wide thing. It can be a little tricky, and I don't even know if there's an item in there, so I might have been able to get in the clip and there just not be an item. So I'm about to give up.
Well, I believe in you, if it means anything.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've gotten it at this point if there's an item. So I'm going to mark it, because I'm pretty sure it's blank.
This is one of the areas where the background will affect the foreground. Normally, this is very much so an ice area. But you can see because of the orange background in the beach.
Oh.
You can see that the ice is much more orange now.
The pathway to lab, between Golden Riverbank and lab, is the growing rectangles. It's a little trippy. Okay, the computer kind of getting into lab, it totally debated me because it's a computer background. So it's like, how did I get to the computer already? I'm going to make a save. So I will make saves, and if traveling is a bit of a hassle and I didn't find anything useful, I will reload that save. Sometimes if you see us open the menu and then suddenly we're in a different the menu disappears and we're in a different place, we did a quick load, which loads the last save. If I do that here, I will get sent all the way back to the start of the last area I was in, though. Which is why I made a manual save.
These bosses are going so quickly with the hammer. Speed boost! Speed boost behind Neve.
Oh, that's it. Neve is the one in Aura Palace or the one in
Aurora.
Tundra? Okay.
Speed boost at the vanilla gravity suit.
Okay. So speed boost in this game is not like in Metroid, even though we keep equating the items to like Metroid. You will run a little bit faster, but it doesn't like give you shine sparks, unfortunately. Lab is at the quiet library music.
Repeatedly, but I had a question about the randomizer.
Go for it.
But I kept talking to a muted mic, and I'm like, wow, everyone's just ignoring me.
Sorry.
Okay, so do they randomize and like shuffle the bosses in their locations?
No.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute, this looks somewhat vanilla. When we were at Vanilla, or the white kitty cat.
Yes.
Vanilla.
Yeah, you were right on the name. So.
So, coming up is one glitch that's really useful for this. If you unequip an item, it will be cheaper to upgrade in a shop. We have absolutely no idea why this is, and but when the game first came out, you could not unequip items, so that was something which became a thing later on.
I am doing badly at combat today, considering I have the hammer.
So this speed boost to fully upgraded is a 37.5% movement increase, which is really, really, really nice. We're just going to be zooming along now.
There's only one location for this that we think we have to have speed boost to check if we have a certain item set up.
So right now we're going to be heading towards our alias, which means that this is our chance to change the costume. Right up there, right above us is the first egg.
Right for formal.
And if we somehow miss this...
Feel free to jump in whenever you have things to say, Glitchwitch.
Oh, no worries. Let's see what exciting things we have. I do have a donation. If you'd like me to read a donation,
Go for it.
Go for it.
We have $10 from someone named Arborelia. Everything about you, cute. Thank you all for bringing it to this marathon.
Thank you for the donation, and you're welcome. We're really glad to be a part of this.
I recently introduced this game to Arborelia when in October. It was on sale on the Switch or something, or just came out on the Switch, so I picked that up for a trip that we were going on. And she saw me play, and she's like, well, I probably need this game too, so she ended up buying it also.
This game is so incredibly cute.
So Freya is actually the one who introduced us to it.
We're going to the pyramid, by the way.
Okay. We're trying to check off what we did check. And we didn't find anything useful in the lab.
So
we were able to get the clip before, and it was nothing too. The clip before the computer.
The dialogue in this game is absolutely adorable. Like the dialogue to the opening of the game is Irvin being, bunny, I'm gonna get eaten.
The whole concept of the world that is like obsessed with rabbits, but there are no rabbits in the world is really something.
Okay. Trying to look over where I can go, because you went up Riverbank and didn't find anything. And through the Evernight Forest, so... Did you go into Aurora Palace? Yeah, you went to Aurora Palace from there. And I guess I'm going to have to follow if I want to get what it was behind Nieve. I forget what it was. I just remember I want to get that.
So there is a way to get the bunny to break this block here. We learned that when Stars was practicing a couple days ago.
Yeah. Super Trolley seed.
And neither of us, we had to look at the spoiler log in order to figure that out. Here's another block where the bunnies have to break the block for you. Oh, that is blessed. So the bunny amulet is an item that we got. You'll see a ring shoot out from us. And that is temporary iframes.
and a hit stun for bosses.
Very useful.
And that's when you'll get to see the full art when we use the amulet in a boss fight. That's when you'll get to see the larger image for the formal outfit.
I do like the formal outfit in this game. Of all the outfits, like that is probably my favorite one. So I'm happy that won.
And
We are too.
in about a second, we're going to be using the amulet here to show off the outfit.
The Halloween one is also really neat, but it changes the boss HP display in the UI.
There you are.
So we're kind of glad that did not get mixed, but it is an equally good outfit. The newest expansion actually, or DLC rather, the newest DLC actually added 2 more, I think. But I have not purchased that yet, even though it came out like last year.
So chat is looking to know, what is the reason that you have to beat up all these people in bunny outfits?
Well, the story goes, like, at the beginning of the game. No, we're skipping all the cutscenes because we're in speedrun. So we're skipping all the dialogue and all of the cutscenes, which we're very glad this game has. But Arena wakes up having been transformed from an actual bunny to a bunny girl and doesn't know what to do. And her owner, or master as she calls her, Rumi, is it Rumi? Or is it
Rumi?
Right. Okay, yeah. She's nowhere to be found, so we go searching. We find her at Rabi Town, and Rabi Town is actually kind of concerned about something going on where they can see the real world, which is our human world, with computers and traffic and everything, and we'll get glimpses of that. But there's also that big stone tablet, which I don't think you can see because of the background change. That they're trying to pour magic into and help figure out answers by doing that somehow. And so we're going in search of help. But none of these people just want to join us, and a lot of them attack us on sight because they think we're one of the fake bunny girls that's been causing mischief. Which, by the way, earlier we talked about it, but Arena is the only actual bunny girl. All the other ones that we see that look like bunny girls are just wearing a costume.
The audacity.
We are going to the ravine, by the way,
Okay.
which has the Evernight Peak music and an underwater background.
So what is the win condition of the randomizer?
5 Easter eggs that you can see on the tracker. We have
They
found
are
one of the
rainbow.
Easter eggs in town, but we cannot get to it yet.
And those are like the little collectible things that enhance like the rainbow power, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, when we collect 5, we get the rainbow shot. Rainbow magic. And
Which
it
pops
is
up the
quite
screen.
strong. But it does cost money. And you'll be able to, when you can see the mini-map in the bottom right hand, you can see our money just above that.
Luckily, we don't need to worry about that because by the time we get it, because getting it is the win condition.
And this game has like so many badges and other items that look similar to other ones. A lot of times I just grab them just to see what they are.
We grab them because we can. It would technically be faster to not be grabbing them. Because every time you grab an item, every boss gets a little bit more HP. But it's more fun this way.
But we do have the hammers, so that really helps with the boss fights.
So we just realized that we were trying to get to the upper forest earlier and failing. The reason why we were failing was because we didn't have speed boost. So we should be able to get to that now.
Oh, okay, nice. Some of these enemies have different effects when they hit you. and one of them is slow time, and another one just stops your movement every few seconds for a split second. It's like the world has the Captain N powers and just pauses. They're really annoying when this
I'll
happens.
say these randomized backgrounds are really something. These are neat and exciting.
And because of where it ended up, we are not going to get. There's one background which makes all the floor invisible.
Oh, that's a good one, I think.
And in our submission video, we got that at the very start.
Yeah, it's fun if you know the thing a little bit, but it can be difficult otherwise.
If not, you better learn the thing really quickly.
Yeah, is it
Okay.
just you just gotta memorize where you're going at that point, or like the layout of the area?
Pretty much. And it's really,
There's-
really useful for learning the dark rooms. Because
There's
after
a
that,
thing
you're
you
like,
can
dark
do.
room.
There's a thing you can do to help, because if you see on our side of the screen where it's going in, the light's coming in and out. When it's dark, you can see that the magic stops at the wall. Yellow doesn't do that, but the other ones do, and so you can do that to kind of get a sense of where the walls are and the floors if you shoot downwards. So Freya's when in Golden Riverbank on the way to no, is this Evernight Forest? I can't. There was one of the boot items, one of the shoe items. I can't remember if that's air jump or is that the slippers.
Slippers were in the bottom gold one. Azure Snowland.
Okay, then that is air jump, and
Wait.
I think we're gonna need air dash to get it. I'm gonna go. I think I have to go back around
Wait, you actually.
to see it because it was above where I'm at.
See, where else can we go? You can go to the volcano.
You can get one item and see another one, I think.
Actually, where else can we go? Can't do the spectral cave yet.
You could always try some underwater stuff, but I don't think there's much we can check right now.
Oh! Yeah, no, we're definitely going there instead.
There is more than checking volcano though.
We're absolutely checking underwater first. Underwater has way more stuff than volcano. So we do not have the gravity suit yet, the water orb. So this is going to go a bit slower. You're going to see what underwater movement looks like.
Yeah, that's air jump that we just found. It's at let's see, relative to the save point in Evernight Peaks, it's up 3, right 4. Yeah, it's a potion on the map to the right of one of the save points, but I think, well, we can't get that save point open. Okay.
Okay,
So we
we're trying
wanna-
to. Which save point is it in?
Okay, relative to the upper save point. The upper save point that has an item to the left and an item to the right.
Uh-huh.
It's the potion to the right.
Oh! Okay, we see. So at this point we found air jump and we have found the slippers and cannot get to either of them.
We do have the hammer, so if we get air dash, I think we can get that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Pathway down and right? No, we have to go up still.
So with no items, there are a bunch of one-way paths, so you have to be very careful about which way we about how we approach this.
Oh, we have to fight Ciara to go to Aura Palace.
Are there like resources for people that want to get into the rando or start playing it, or like a good like kind of map tracker or?
There's not really a map tracker. I've been playing with the idea of making one, but it's just there's so much map to be had.
Yeah.
There's a second egg.
But the Rabi Discord, which is available through the SRC page, I think, they have a platforming tips and tricks tutorial that will teach you a lot of things you need. But some of that stuff you don't actually need for randoms.
But it would be something like, hey, if you're going to run this, maybe you should know your way through the game a bit.
Yeah, it'll definitely help. We've done 10TM a few times, and we raced it for Power Up with Pride a few years ago. But we've never done 100%.
Oh, interesting.
To learn the rando, we just played the rando. It can be a little frustrating because there's like pathways and items that are hidden that we don't always know about.
Yeah. And like any one of those could be like the double jump, and not having that throughout the entire game still is not going to keep you away from beating it. This game is built really smartly.
There's actually one of our practices with Freya is getting ready for this to submit it, where we ended up skipping an item location by just not knowing that we could do it. And it had an important item. Oh, can you write down where those eggs are you found so that we can look back? Like we do normally in our Discord?
Let's throw it in chat.
And is the 5-egg thing like a built-in thing, or will it like end on its own, or is it kind of like a friendly, like, hey, this game is over when we find 5 eggs?
That's just the general goal that the community has decided on. There's no like in cutscene or anything like with 10TM. But you can put extra eggs in.
Oh, that is good. There are a lot of eggs in this video game, but
there are. No, in vanilla, I think Freya said it was 60. That's there by default. Well, 50 in vanilla, then another 10 with the first DLC.
Yeah, something like 60. And we remember when we generated one of our early seeds, we accidentally generated with 4 eggs. We're trying to find 5, and we about like 7 or 8 hours into it, the creator of the rando actually came in and helped us.
Yeah, the Rabi community has always been really helpful with us learning and teaching us things.
Yeah, we haven't interacted with the bigger community that much, but every interaction has been really good.
You always love to hear that about communities. It's always so hit or miss sometimes. Usually they're generally good, though. With this game in particular, though, I've wanted to learn the rando just because I really enjoyed the vanilla game. I ended up getting all the townsfolk ending. I guess not like 100% run or anything, but you go through that like really, 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 really intensely difficult area and last fight at the end that's got like a billion phases.
Yeah, and there's like 3 bosses right back to back.
Oh yeah.
But if you remind me later, I can send you the image I'm using, which is all the maps put together, and it's got their item locations listed, and all I'm doing is marking what I have and haven't checked.
Yeah, that would be very good. I have built my own little fake trackers in like Google Sheets using those.
And anyone around is welcome to ask for that in Discord. Our Discord handle is the same as our Twitch, so you can find us in the Educates Collective.
Yeah, that would be super awesome if you could do that.
Absolutely. Just if we know that people are wanting these things, then it incentivizes us to actually build the tracker. Because we built a tracker for Tetra's Legend of Zelda 1 rando. We built one for Super Metroid to help our friend who has trouble with item locations and remembering them all.
I have used your Zelda 1 rando for Tetra stuff.
who's one of the head people for UCC, helped put all of this together. She gave me a lot of great feedback for when I was making that, to make that thing so much better than it is. But now Tetra is changing it up, or working on changing it up. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get more creative with it.
I really like all the stuff Tetra has done with her randomizer. It is super neat, and it brings a certain spark and joy that you do not get in the other Zelda 1 randomizers. But they're both still like, well, the 3 Zelda 1 randomizers I've played, all 3 of them have their merits.
One of the things we really enjoyed about Tetra's was that she put in a lot of effort to make sure that hard combat was something you could choose to like opt out of. So the randomizer would do its best to prevent you from like having no items and trying to work your way through whiz robes in level 1 kind of stuff.
That is really, really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got no luck whatsoever underwater.
Oh, that's the. Oh, you're in the underwater area. I'm like, oh, that's the town, like the real life town background.
So for learning this rando, we would definitely recommend doing a 0% run first, or at least a no movement item run. Because there's a lot of hidden passages everywhere, and you really do have to know them.
The one that helped tripping us up was the one in lab. Which, you know, if you're not familiar with the game, you probably don't know what we're talking about when we say lab. It's where we got debated, thinking we reached the computer somehow.
Was that earlier in this run? Where you?
Yeah, I think it was just before switching out with the host.
Yeah, I'll watch that happen.
The bear we're fighting right now, Eve, is one of the famous bounce music bosses.
I remember that very well.
She jumps around a whole bunch, and I think it's actually bounce for her. I can't remember which one it is because I play the rando so often now.
I thought and I could be very wrong, that all 3 bears had their
the music is shuffled in the rando. We have that option on.
Fair enough.
That's why we do. I think there's an option. We'll go look and see if we can turn that on. Make sure that. Yeah, it's set to on, so it's on here somewhere.
Background shuffle is definitely one of our favorite parts about this rando.
That background that makes the floors invisible is very scary to me.
You can turn that off. That's an option. You can have background shuffle, and you can have no hard backgrounds on. So that's very handy. But you know, it doesn't quite look as glitchy fun as this marathon theme is anyway. Without that.
Yes, the messier the better, please.
Yeah, it gives us a lot of trouble, and we've had seeds where we've had to stop and like go out of our way to get the purple shot, which is a really wide-angled shot, just to be able to see what we're doing, or send Freya's stream the game to Freya's in Discord and be like, help.
Please tell me where I am.
Okay, now we're just gonna go to the volcano. We're running out of ideas for where to check. Actually, no, we're gonna try and get to Sisint.
Have you done lab yet?
No.
We can do that because we just got after behind Nieve speed boost.
That sounds good.
And we've already done that, so. Oh, I can't make that jump. I have to go back over here and fall down. We're going to check the egg that's behind that save point before we move on.
This has definitely been the troll. This has definitely been on the trollier side of seeds. We have not really found any progression items.
Oh no, I fell all the way. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna have to go all the way back around.
I feel like you've seen the progression items, just have been unable to acquire them.
Yep. Well, we've seen air jump and we've seen high jump, or slippers, Rabi slippers. That's the high jump item, and air jump is just called air jump. But there, we don't have all of the items or all of the movement items, even on the tracker. Just the ones that are really important. I feel again.
Look at this. Look at this background. We got it. We hecking got it.
Where'd you get it?
Oh, yes, that's terrifying. Invisible floors, I love it.
Is it in Volcano?
Yeah, looks like it might be just the volcano entrance.
Okay.
So there is an item. There's an vanilla egg in here, vanilla, which you have to have them break it for you. And in vanilla, that's really important. 0% vanilla. That's really important because every egg that you get is extra damage. So you really want to try and get all the eggs you can. And if you miss that, and if you don't get that, you have to do a huge loop around to get it. And this is where we fight Coterie Red, or Coterie Pink, but because we haven't done the second Coterie fight, we're actually not going to get it yet. Which is really nice.
Which is good, because it can be a pain in the butt, too.
I remember getting stuck in the volcano in my vanilla playthrough and thinking that I couldn't get out. That is a little bit more confusing of an area. Eventually finding that way to the left that you came in through.
So the volcano, you found out about the hidden tech of the wall jump earlier than you were supposed to. Normally the game does a pretty good job of locking you out of the volcano until you're further on in the game. So there's a really cool boss up here, the crystal boss. There's one item behind it. And
if you go around a certain way, you can actually see without having to do it.
But not with the items that we have right now.
You can't you come in from the other direction?
You need slide to get there, we think.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
And this is one of our favorite boss fights that you wouldn't really ever get to see unless you're seeing like a 100% run. So
it is really nice.
We're gonna show it off because we can, because we really like this boss. Ooh, that background. We don't know if we love it or we hate it.
Unfortunately, we cannot recruit the crystals.
I can't believe that the crystals don't count as town members. There's 5 of them right there. Or 6. Wait, counting? 3, 6.
Okay.
So the crystals don't count, but the crystals are on the path to recruiting a Shuri.
They're my favorite place.
I guess the best way for me to get to 4 town members will be defeat Nixie, since I've defeated Nieve. Oh, I still haven't done the shop stuff. So, interestingly enough, on our side, and this happens with a lot of the different backgrounds in town, we can't see the houses that are here normally. And so you can't see the doors. You just have to remember where the shop door is.
The crystals are a much harder fight than we expected. With this little movement, which actually is really cool because it means that we get to show off a much more interesting fight.
I do enjoy walking in there and just using the cocoa bomb, and it just destroys the crystals immediately.
Ooh, we'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, we don't have the park teleport, so we have to go.
We still have not figured out whether
way.
we love or hate this really bright and glowy crystal split at the background.
It's washing out a lot of the color, but it's kind of nice.
We're glad you're doing that then. And we hope
like
progression's not behind it, because if it's that bright, it might be a little troubling.
Yeah, it's the brightness is mildly annoying even for us. So every time you kill one, you heal and they heal a bit. We're on the easiest difficulty, which means that they don't heal very much. But on higher difficulties, they would definitely be healing more.
Yeah, I think I did this on hard. I played through a good chunk of this game on hard, and
Impressive.
it does not mess around.
And it's an empty item slot.
We struggled to beat it on normal when we first started, but ever since we beat the story, we've only ever done speedruns, so maybe we should go and try it again, because we've learned a lot about combat since then.
It'll go a long way. The combat gets very difficult, and I do like how the bosses scale really nicely, so it's not just the numbers go up, it's just the patterns get harder, and they're more difficult to dodge and more complex, and it's real cool. We
absolutely love the Toho inspirations that you can see in this game. The music, the artwork, the sound, the story, everything.
I was a big fan of this video game. I'm really happy I get to host during it and prod y'all with questions about the rando while you cannot escape me.
Like we would try.
We will gladly help you learn more about the rando if you want. It's a really fun rando.
That sounds good.
Definitely one of our favorites to play.
Yeah, Freyas has been asking us to do a rando of this with them for some time, or submit it rather, for things. So it's about time.
So here's the absolute worst room in the game in 0%. We're gonna have to do a bunch of tricky movement, all the while these things are shooting at us and trying to knock us down. Fortunately, we have the hammer, which means that we have way more DPS than we would in 0%. But this is definitely the single worst room in the game in 0%.
Oh, we haven't beat
no.
Rita, but we saw Shadow Rita.
Did that room reset when you jump off the top?
Yes, we don't know what happened.
Oh no! You put so much work into it.
Oh yeah, we have the hammer. What are we doing? When you use the amulet in a boss fight, Arena in the formal outfit, she just looks so cute.
As soon as I got it, I switched to it and stayed in it the rest of the game.
What? Okay, it looks like this room might not have a ceiling anymore, for whatever reason.
Randomized ceiling.
Yeah, I don't think it's... You would guess that it's something that happened with one of the DLCs. But that makes it, like, even harder to do. Okay, we're not going to be able to get that. It's going to be really... There's one item over there. We really hope that's not it after that.
Which item are you going for?
The infinite ball one.
I see we've got another one of the bears on
Yeah.
Starism screen.
When we beat her, we will have recruited her and the bear we fought last time, so we'll be at 4 town members. And then we'll be able to progress Sisseny's storyline and go to a new area called System Interior, where earlier we had to reach a computer, right? And the whole goal is you get into Sisseny's lab, and in the story anyway, you get into Sisney's lab, and you get there, and you just touch any key on the computer to keep it from falling asleep. But now, she's gonna have us go inside the computer to look for her friends.
Yeah, she's got oh gosh, I don't remember their name. I just remember Sisney really well. Yeah, Ciaro.
Ciaro is immune to your physical hammer attacks. So,
yeah.
But for Tentium, there is a skip for her.
But it's a real quick town member at that, though.
We're trying to remember what the other really cute parts of the plot are.
The important thing about getting Ciaro and going to Sisnet and Tentium is getting air jump.
Yeah. So many bear lasers.
Yup. And we're only at 13% items and 2 town members, so...
Yeah, the game, it scales up, right, as you get stuff.
Yeah.
Enemies get harder.
Yeah.
Every boss you beat and every item you get changes the scaling factor.
And what's the main difference with, like, alternative and normal?
The scaling factor. On alternative, it's set by your progression with the bosses and not by your items, other than the 10% line. Whereas on normal, it takes both into account. So if you're planning to play casually and just have fun and collect as much as you can, alternate is not a bad idea.
So that would, you could theoretically get much stronger without having to worry about the bosses getting a lot harder.
Yeah.
Well, it's a double-edged sword too, because if you don't find a bunch of items, the bosses are going to be the same strength based on how many you've collected, no matter what. Oh, I can't go that way. I should be able to do Alias 2 now when I get back to town. And
one of the really cute plot points. So when you're first fighting Ribbon is afraid that she's going to get eaten by Irina.
Yeah.
And then the post game version of Ribbon, the extra boss is named Delicious Food Ribbon.
Oh my. Yeah, that was a rabbit hole when I looked at all the speedrun categories of this video game and realized, like, oh, there's like stuff. I guess that would be spoilers, and I don't want to go through that, but there's a lot of categories in this video game. Chat would like to know, when the goal is 5 Easter eggs, what progression is unlocked by beating bosses?
Different story. For instance, the reason I'm going for, or just went for 4 town members, went out of my way to fight a boss, was because at 4 town members, I can do the second part where in the story you go, the magic, everyone gathers together and does the magic thing, and it ends up teleporting you to the human world.
The filthy human world.
Yes, and as you can see, these guys have never seen a bunny girl before. That's why I have to dodge their camera flashes as part of their attacks.
They talk a lot about cosplay. I think Freya is trying to do that block that you decided was empty.
So, did I just have a crash? I don't... No, Derek, it just took a moment.
So the short answer to the question of what you unlock, at 2 town members you unlock a new area, and at 4 town members you also unlock a new area. And then in addition to that, sometimes the bosses have some items behind them. And sometimes the bosses are just in the way of trying to get to another area.
I'd like to address the concern in chat. Bunny girls are indeed real. Don't worry.
They are, absolutely. We agree.
So we don't know whose audio there is, but in ours in the lab, there is the audio of a clock, and that is at the entrance to the library. And one of the bunnies there, says, "Why is there a clock? The developers didn't even bother to draw a clock in the background." And on the beach, there's a bunch of bunnies to talk to. and towards the end, one of them says, "You know, you don't have to talk to everybody."
Because, we've been trained in RPGs to talk to everyone, to find out the plot point.
So this game has so much fun. It is very, very Toho-esque.
Yeah, when I first played it, I just thought it was a Toho game because I didn't know and I kind of still don't know anything about Toho. So like, oh, this must be one of those things.
One of our favorite Toho plots is somebody stole a moon and replaced it with a fake moon, and you're investigating that.
That's a reason to investigate something.
A note about this is, with it being bullet heck bosses, that people who normally dislike bullet heck games may not think they want to pick it up, but we do not play any other of those bullet style games because they move too fast for us with our poor vision. But this game is on casual and normal. It's just been so fun. And there's a lot of great movement and platforming in it to help in between the bosses.
Yeah, and there's no, don't feel bad if you're going to put the difficulty down low. It's fine. It's an enjoyable and still its own challenging experience if you're playing on the easier difficulty levels. You don't miss out on much, if anything.
Here's a volcano background.
Oh, just some volcano lava in this laboratory.
Yeah, definitely play on whatever difficulty you're going to have most fun with. It's a video game. The whole purpose of it is to have fun. And
there are options to change the difficulty once, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you can change it up or down once. And so initially, there's 6 difficulties in total, and only 4 of them are unlocked initially.
Yeah, those higher up ones are just they're hard. They're real difficult.
The first time we played through it casually, we started on casual because we knew we were gonna have trouble. But the first 2 bosses were just so easy. We were like, okay, let's go ahead and change the difficulty to normal, and we were fine for 4 or 5 more bosses. But then it started getting really hard, and we wish we could have changed it back.
Yeah,
we ended up restarting because of that.
Normal sneaks up on you. It's not easy.
We're in Sysent now, System Interior. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. Let me do this. Go to the load screen, go down, then kill something. And instead of having to kill 15 of those mecha girls, we only have to kill 1. Oh, I need to make a save because I may not be able to get back out of here if I make a mistake.
Aurelia sharing her experience of saying, this game seems easy, I'm going to move the difficulty up, and then getting completely stuck.
We just got hammer combo 5 by Alias too.
Ouch. You were over 10% though, right? So
yeah, we are over 10%, but we still took more than half our life.
Yeah, in Tentium, a lot of the times, but that's when I get to that point, I'm where she can penta combo. I'm still under 10%, so if that happens, it's a death.
We actually took a death. We've only actually found 1 health up the entire time.
I think we saw 1 or 2, but we skipped out on them just because they were on the other side of the screen and we didn't have to go there.
Oh, geez, this took us back to the start of the lab. We're surprised that there weren't autosaves in between.
Oh gosh. I don't know if I can get out of this. I'm gonna have to go back to my save. I fell at a certain point. Oh, no, good. It autosaved in this room.
I'm a big fan of that game over screen. It's very cute.
Yeah, we actually use it as a background. One of our rotating background images.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's so cute.
So at this point, we have not found any progression items at all, and we're really surprised. This is definitely one of the slowest seeds we've found.
I believe in you. Well, I believe in all y'all.
The seed name we gave it was ECCUB 2020, and that is not being very kind to us right now.
It does fit the marathon theme very well.
Yes. Okay, I'm
So
going to
shout
mark
out-
off a bunch of
Shout out
things.
to the rando creator for accidentally creating that.
So is the red magic that you're using there able to break the floor in lieu of the carrot bombs?
There are shop blocks and there are bomb blocks. So they can destroy shop blocks, but not bomb blocks.
Ah, gotcha.
Which is essential to us getting through in the, as Freyas has talked about, the 0% route. I need to climb up. There's 2 more items to check in here. Have you checked the hideout? That might be something we have to do.
No, we haven't checked the hideout.
Okay. There's a badge that we're not familiar with. It has several colors on it and a stripe. And Sissant, and there's a potion. Shoot. Falling really hurt.
We can go check the hideout.
There's just the one item in it, so you can always quick load to go back if it's nothing.
So we are very close to the point where we're just going to be looking at the map, trying to figure out where we're supposed to be going.
That's every rando player's dream.
Dream, yeah, that's it. Okay, we were not at the right spot. We thought there was room to go down there.
Oh no!
Falling and hitting the bottom of the floor there does a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, does it count as spikes or? I know there's that badge that makes spikes hurt a lot less, but
Yeah, I don't think it counts as spikes. And
We think it does, but we aren't but we're far from certain.
there is science to be
More
done.
inclined to believe Freyas than myself on this.
The ultimate way would be to take a hit, pause the game, look at the game should count how. I believe the pause screen counts how much damage you've taken from spikes.
Oh no! Oh, that's just an attack up.
Yeah,
I don't
on
think
the
I'd be able to
time
get back up out
the
of
time
there
number
without
screen-
a really precise jump anyway.
on the time
There's
number
one more.
screen, it counts how much damage you've taken from spikes. So you can just check there to see if it adds additional spike damage.
Spike damage. Our number's pretty high, so that's probably spike damage. After we
So
check
weird.
this last item, we'll see if it increases, unless we fall by accident. Then we'll check it again.
So we are absolutely at the point where we are just checking single items wherever we can find them, just to try and find the progression.
So nothing useful, and light orb technically is useful in Sissant.
Did you ever do the loop towards Evernight Peak teleport?
No,
Okay, so you never checked the whatever the necklace was?
no.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, that does count as spike damage because we've taken more spike damage now, a whole lot more.
See,
So-
we've done so much science already here.
I have to go this way. I can't make that other jump. I'm gonna grab that health up while I'm here. So if we with light orb, can you check more underwater? I can't remember.
With light orb, you should be able to check starting forest night. Where did you find the light orb?
And Sissant, bottom right.
Okay, so then we definitely have to go to Assistant.
So we have to get it, and then we have to get out. We're having trouble because of the darkness going in and out. We don't always know where the bottom is, the one that causes damage.
Okay. Yeah, so the light orb is our first progression item that we found. Over an hour into the run.
May
Yeah,
it push
so-
you towards more items quickly.
All of that time that Kim's was ahead, we're gonna use it. Okay, come on, let's we made that jump. Now we gotta make the other ones.
This is definitely the least health we've ever found in a seed.
I believe that counts as a firm marathon luck kind of situation. Oh, you want to show off my rando, eh? Well,
You want to give us a see ya? Do the wiggle. Aw. Yeah, do the little wiggle before I can do that wall jump. There we go. Okay, we made it out.
I mean, if y'all are just kind of working on stuff, I can explain to the lovely audience what they're doing here. Well, aside from watching a rando. If y'all are just tuning in, this is Undefined Behaviour. It's a showcase and speedrunning marathon centered around queering games and queerness in games. And for this marathon, everyone will be exploring glitchy, unusual, and marathon unsafe runs, as well as adjacent and related queer gaming content. We queer games, when we reject limits and rules. We play in atypical ways, and when we read diversity into stories and themes. That I feel like I wrote my notes down wrong, but but this is the first behavior that EdgeCase Collective the first marathon that EdgeCase Collective is doing. This is super good. This is super exciting. Please, my excitement is genuine. I am so happy to be hosting during part of it. This is the first behavior. It's up to us to find it, but we can't.
Let's see. You checked the pyramid, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay.
We are so lucky to be able to get a chance to play in this.
We're real glad that you're hosting for part of this Glitch Witch, because of that interaction where you were part of the blind playthrough. Because it was Freya's and us that were racing it with Poplars that year.
Yep. I don't think that got the blind race got saved anywhere, because I wanted to look it up at some point to go look at what I had done back then. But oh well, I'm just really happy I got to do this, and it's like, oh hey, remember this thing that happened 3 years ago? Let's all talk about it again, because we're back with Rabi Ribi, the game that never leaves us.
So where was the light orb in Sissant?
We'll go look at the map again. The bottom right.
Bottom right, okay.
Be careful, because it is a little dangerous, and when you're coming out of it, you have to do a wall jump off the wall above you.
We already died, and we'll hope for a good autosave.
So, okay, where should we go? We're looking at the map, and I know we're paused on the teleport screen, so it's not very exciting for everyone to look at. You checked what we can get underwater, but did you say we could go through the dark room down there now with the light orb? And actually find something, or
no,
did you?
We already went
anyway?
to the dark rooms down there.
Okay.
I think.
We can't get over
starting
the
Forest
little.
Night is all that's open.
Oh, okay. I'll go do that then. You did check the hideout. We probably already asked you.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and mark that off then while we're thinking about it.
But hey, anyone out there that is looking to have a Final Fantasy IV name character, words are very difficult. A Final Fantasy IV character for Final Fantasy IV NES, the game we all grew up with and know and beloved. You can get a character named after you, a friend, a pet, a loved one, favorite object. Your call. If jump over to that donation page and let's name Kane Lightbulb. I don't think Lightbulb fits, but we could do it.
You could always name Kane Arena instead, because they both do a lot of jumping.
Oh, that is good. That's very good.
Actually, I'm gonna make sure.
We're gonna go to Sky Island Town. We don't think that we're going to find anything there because we can barely check anything, but at this point we're getting desperate for checks.
Yeah, we don't think you'll be able to check anything.
We think there's 1 or 2 checks that you can do.
Okay.
But not much.
Oh, to see in this room is so nice.
Do they,
This is a dark room normally, and we've had to go through it before without the orb.
I love Kotri, as in this game, how she shows up repeatedly and has different color hair every time, and different sets of moves every time you run into her.
And then some spoilers for the post game. You get to fight her again. Only she has. You get to fight an illusion of her. Only she has rainbow colored hair, and she switches between the 3 movesets.
That is even better. I'm trying to remember if I did that. I started to do the chapter called Fairy's Attack, which is post game.
Did you? Go
I think that's in the DLC.
Library? Did you go through the library?
I don't think I did. I did not play too much into it. I know I did the Halloween fight, which was amazing, and I did a little bit of Fairy's Attack, which I need to get back to.
The Halloween, for anyone wondering, the Halloween is a DLC thing that was free. And that's where when you do that, that's when you unlock the Halloween outfit.
Yep. It's a really cool boss fight, and I like how it gives you the option to make it the maximum level version of itself, regardless of how much progression you've made. But you end up fighting Chocolate and Vanilla at the same time, and it's super cute and good.
Everything about this game is super cute and good.
Let's see. Okay, we're here. Where we're at is obscured, actually, because of the text on the screen. Okay, there we are. We see it now.
It's really weird to be playing the rando and having to actually worry about our health.
The game's like, oh, you think it's impossible to die, huh?
We really do think this is the first rando where you ever have to worry about our health. We're really glad that we got the hammer, otherwise these boss fights would actually be difficult and lengthy.
Okay. I think there was an item down there, but I don't think I can check that.
Hey, Kinlane, thank you so much for the subscription! And remember, chat, only you can name Kane Lightbulb, or Lieutenant Bulb, as chat put it.
Can I check any of these items? I guess the one after Arasami, is that her name? Is the only thing I can really check here. Yeah.
So the gravity suit is Vanilla Air Dash.
Oh, when you slide to get that.
Can we check anything in Skyland Town?
I don't think you can. If anyone in chat really knows their rando, don't hesitate to give us some hints about places that we may have missed.
So, Clarkwood.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll let you go there. You can show off the meaty bones. But of course, if there's progression, we'll have to follow you.
I'm hearing good words.
Was there nothing in Starting Forest Night?
Oh, the only item we can check is the item behind her. So we're fighting her now. We can't check the egg, and the other ones require bombs, we think?
Yeah, that sounds like it might be right. Oh wait, no, there's still the loop in Eastern, and not Eastern, the night place.
Never
We're gonna
peaks.
go do that first.
Evernight Peaks?
Yes, that one.
Watch that be progression, because you mentioned it earlier, and neither of us went to get it.
The Clerkwood is one of the cutest areas in the game, but it's not very, but it's really annoying to have to go through repeatedly.
And it's got one of the cutest enemies.
Mr. Meaty Bones.
Is that the... No. I'm getting like memories of this really silly looking boss that tries to eat you or
Yeah,
something?
that's it.
The bunny.
Okay, excellent.
We found a health up.
I thought it
We
was
found
DLC.
Sly. It was behind Aryume. So that's some
Like
progression.
Wait, what did you find?
Slide behind Aryume.
Oh,
Okay, so we know of 2 egg locations right now, right? The one in town, and where's the other one?
there's 3 eggs. One is in underwater. One is a couple of things below the teleport underwater. Another one is one below the teleport underwater, and one is underwater in the just above the water. Is there a snowland?
And the Ezra Snorland? Oh,
Yep.
excuse me. Okay. Do you remember where at there?
No, but there's not that much underwater area. It's to the left of the teleport.
Oh, okay. We're typing those into Discord so we can have those flip back to you.
Chat has informed me Final Fantasy IV on the NES supports 8 character names, so Light Bulb, Lite, or Milk Bulb are available.
Oh, nice.
Did you check Forgotten Cave too?
Or
Or not
don't
Forgotten
think we
Cave,
checked
but
that.
Coco's area.
No, we did not.
Okay.
It's just the one item, right?
Yes, just the one item.
Okay. Let's mark off all of these things that we've found.
So right now we're in the starting forest night. Because of the background shift, it's not much of a night. It's not much of a night area. And you said that Aurora Une was actually required in this seed?
Well, possibly. Slide. We'll see what we get.
Yeah, no, that's
from-
definitely going to be required. Because there's
Have to
eggs
go
behind
around.
Slide.
Okay.
This is one of the most fascinating seeds that we have ever seen. We are really glad that we've gotten to show off something like this to everyone. Just about the only thing that's gone right so far is finding the hammer.
That's not even right. That's just luck that we get the hammer so early. We don't even need it. Unless air dash is required. We cannot air dash without the hammer. Oh, I went up too far. I don't know how to get out of this area. Do I fall here? No. How do I get out of here? Freya's, help me.
Where are you at?
We just fought Ariune, but we can't even get back to Toxic. Oh wait, we know. We have to do that shot block thing down here. And hopefully not die in the process. We're gonna eat a cake that Rimi gave us earlier on. The health restore items are cake and donuts and golden carrots.
Carrot bombs is such a cute name, such a cute way to make bombs. The concept of a Metroidvania Danmaku is so good. We never would have thought about the two going together until we saw this.
Can I ask what a Danmaku is?
Bullet hell.
Ah! So many words I've heard in the past make so much more sense right now.
Oh yeah, since we have slide, we can do new movement tech. Where you slide and then jump. And because slide gives you that momentum.
So we have
very
the,
similar to the down drop, the quick drop.
So we just hit 6 town members, so we get to play a side chapter where we play as whereas Rita, an unfinished character. And so you play with no health bar here. Just a really cool way to just like show off an unfinished character.
There's a few things we can check in lab with slide. What we know of. Oh, not the right position. We want to go this way. Let's see. Can we go? Yes, we can get up there. We had to be careful here because we had to make sure we could get out of there. We had any more donations come in recently? Maybe about those namings?
I think there's rumblings for donations going to happen for the character names, but not quite this very moment. I can remind people that, you can name your favorite Final Fantasy IV NES characters up to 8 letters. Superior to the SNES version, I'm pretty confident in. I think the SNES was like 6 or something. I could be mistaken. I didn't just play this game yesterday on my very long stream. But, we're here at, as I have misnamed the first behavior. This is Edge Kids Collective's first marathon. It is called Undefined Behavior. You're having a great time, I hope. I'm having a great time. There's going to be glitchy runs, unusual runs, marathon unsafe runs, Rabi Ribi Randos. There's going to be talks. There's going to be showcases. It's going to be such a good time. I know I'm excited. And there might be light bulbs or characters or Final Fantasy characters.
So,
all of the amazing here.
Did you actually go check Plus Necklace and Cashback?
No, that's... Yes.
Okay. Oh, you
Can
did? We'll go double check. This is
Yes,
actually
we
one of
did.
the first times we got slide as our first progression item and all the randos we've done. So we're not sure what slide unlocks without bombs, because most of the
All
things we
sorts of
know
stuff. Did you check the lab? Did you go back to the lab?
Yeah, and the 2 slide items there are a health potion and an empty spot. Ooh, can I do... Almost. Can't quite make this jump.
To answer the brief question in chat of what game is this? This is Rabi Ribi Randomizer.
So since the beginning, we've had cash up, which gives 50% more items, 50% more money, and we actually hit max cash. It's just Soul Heart. Soul Heart is behind the shop. So we actually hit max money. So we decided to buy out we decided to buy up to max all the health potions that we could, just to make things a little bit easier on ourselves.
That's not a bad idea.
I have absolutely excellent news for you two.
Oh?
Ooh.
We have had $5 donated from Rubosh319 requesting the name Lightbulb for Pelham. Thank you for making my incessant shouting worth it.
So, you might have just noticed we went through the room there with the teleport, but then we went back because we realized we jumped over the ground position right under the teleport, and we didn't actually get the autosave for passing under it, which is obviously important in case we come up empty. We can just quick load right back to that. got that debuff that pauses me every now and then, and you can see it, especially in midair.
That was defense trade. For a second, we thought that was going to be attack trade. Which would have been a really, really, really nice item, plus 25% DPS.
So after we check these, where's a good place for us to go check?
Good
Slide
question.
items.
We don't actually know the answer to that. We're kind of making this up as we go now.
See,
I have
This is not a situation that we are very familiar with.
I have complete
For
confidence
volcano-
that. Mhm.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I have complete confidence. We have found so many non-critical items that there's only critical items remaining.
Oh, this game has a whole bunch more to throw at us. That's not critical.
Eventually, the junk items run out, Ruvash. Eventually.
Okay, where are we at the teleport?
So this teleport right here, if we did not have slide, we would not be able to actually...
Oh, y'all are both in the
Wait.
same room. Cool.
Oh, are we both
We're
in
going
these...
down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're both
we're
standing
going
by
to
the
check
teleporter.
those with it's toxic. No, mana wager, never mind. We always confuse that, the wagers with toxic. Okay. We can go down again.
No, we
and
can't do that room.
rotate them.
We feel like slide should unlock a lot, but it doesn't feel like it is right now.
Well, a lot of the things that it unlocks need bombs, where you open a bomb block and then you can slide through.
Oh, that's what it unlocks. It unlocks the rest of Spectral Cave.
Okay, that was a health potion. I guess that's that.
So normally the slide blocks.
Well,
one-way
slide jump might
passages?
unlock something too.
It might. So normally the slide blocks or slide things are one way. Oh, that's an air dash. That's an air dash in Forgotten Cave. So
What's
this is
the,
the best movement item in the game. And
What's
you're
its
about to see
vanilla
why.
location?
What?
What's the vanilla location? Is it the...
It's the egg above the teleport.
Okay. Oops, we did not mean to use boost.
Ah, we're out of money. We shouldn't have spent all of our money.
The egg above the teleport. Okay, that's easy to get to.
It's just good enough that we're actually going to farm up a little bit more money for the upgrade. We did not realize we actually spent all of our money.
Air dash is a big movement item because that's going to let us get the other items. The air jump and the high jump. Whee! Long slide. And now air dash. We'll go do that little trick where we unequip it. So it costs less to upgrade in the shop. Oh, I went too far. House is there.
You're about to see why this movement item is so coveted.
Now, there there is a button that you can assign for air dash, and when you're holding it and you jump, you immediately air dash as soon as you jump. Or if you jump or are in the air for any reason, and then you press it, you immediately air dash. So you can hold it while walking off of an edge and immediately air dash too. So it's got some really fun movement potential.
And that was something that Stars taught us.
There it is. Yeah, when we were preparing for that race a few years ago, we focused a lot on the movement in between, and Freya's focused a lot on the bosses. So when we were racing, we just kept flip-flopping each other.
And air dash is a damaging attack in this game, which means that we can just freely dash through everything and just kill everything.
Yeah, I recall air dash being like, once you get it, you just don't stop using it.
Yeah, it's just, we're almost always holding it. Let's see, we're trying to figure out, where did we find one of those items before? We marked it on our map.
It's in Evernight.
Evernight Forest, yeah. Up, not too far from the teleport, but we might have to go around.
So, if you have a moment, we have received a few donations.
Yay!
Well, a few being two. I guess there's a couple. But, okay, so we have Kate Libsey saying, here's $5 more for Lightbulb. And I should specify it's spelled Laitbolb. You non-French speakers can call her Milk Bulb if you want, but it must be Lightbulb. And, $5 from Arborelia saying, making Cat's incessant shouting worth it by naming Rydia Cat. Thank you, both of you.
Rydia, we love Rydia.
Rydia's probably my favorite.
Thank y'all for the donations.
Thank y'all for getting some naming conventions going in Final Fantasy IV, contributing to Edcast Collective's first behavior, Undefined Behaviour. And I feel like I've taken over branding on the marathon, and I shouldn't do that.
So with that, we now have air jump and can check some more locations.
Or is it right? Yeah, it's written down. Okay. Oh no! Spike damage. Too strong. We thought our air dash was high enough. It was not.
Do you ever check the top left item in Riverbank?
No, we checked the one in Evernight Peaks just now on their way.
Okay, awesome. We'll check it then. So one of the things, the bunny hopping method, you constantly have to be rocking your thumb back and forth, so it's really, really hard on your thumb. But luckily, air dash is so gentle on your thumb.
See, it doesn't really bother me on the PS4 controller. Come on, Thwomp. There we go.
And to anybody just tuning in, because of the way this works, there will be 55 empty item locations out of the 150 to 200, so some empty locations are absolutely expected.
So why are the locations empty?
Because in the vanilla game, there's about 100. In the vanilla game, there's about 60 Easter eggs, but in this, the goal is to find 5 Easter eggs, so there are going to be a bunch of empty slots.
Ah, so it just removes them down to the amount that you need to find.
Yep.
Cool. I like that.
And you can choose how many eggs to generate it with. So for example, you can choose to find 5 out of 7 eggs, or if you're us, you can choose to find 5 out of 4 eggs and spend 8 hours on it.
Have you can you do like, I want to find 55 Easter eggs?
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
Do Do you remember where the slippers were? The high jump?
Slippers were at the start of Azar, Snowland. So normally these
that's
morph ball,
right. Yeah, they're bone block. Never mind.
normally these morph ball these tiny holes are one ways. They couldn't do this, but we're gonna try and clip into this. Which is a really, really fun clip to do.
That's one of the things that let us do the clips in Tintium. Oh, we should go to a save point so we can heal first. We're gonna... I think there's more we can check now with Air Jump and Aurora Palace, so...
Oh, there is. Yes, there is.
I think there's things we didn't check the first time either. Yeah, we
try the
could've checked
annoying
that the
room
first time.
again. The infinite to get the infinite ballroom. And it'll be really, really visible how much easier it is this time.
We found Shooter, Carrot Shooter.
Oh, where was that?
The dark right side in Aurora Palace. It's the pack up. Do you know where I'm talking about?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, more invisible stuff. This has been quite the seed.
Okay, is there something up there? Nothing I can... Oh, actually I have Carrot Shooter. I can get that if I can see it. Damn it.
So Carrot Shooter is orange, and that has a special attack which will lay some bombs, which is one of the items that allows you to break bomb blocks.
There we go. Charge shot. Little carrots come out, and we got the attack up. We can't get this item that we're going to look at, but we can... Oh, it's nothing anyway. Okay. I think that's everything in Aurora Palace. But we have a form of bombs now, so... And we have lots of movement, so almost everything is open to us. Just not necessarily easy to do.
So there's an item that you can buy in town for 1k called a donut, and that will heal your special attack bar.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go buy some of those.
And we're gonna be churning through a lot of those as we check items. But for now, what we can do is we can teleport to the park, go left, and pick up our high jump boots.
We sure can.
So we're going to be clever and unequip the max bracelet, so we only use half of our special attack for orange.
We must have jumped over the park when we went teleport when we went through. So, Icy Summit.
So we're gonna clear out Icy Summit now.
Okay.
Okay, this is so much nicer having all the movement items. We're just zooming through everything.
Come over this way, friend. This way.
I told you, the rando had to give you the good items eventually.
We'll go see what we can find in park, since we have to go get that teleport again anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah. So there's bomb block items everywhere. So at this point we're basically just hunting for carrot bombs would be a nice upgrade, but we're basically just hunting for 5 eggs now. And we believe we've seen 2 eggs, maybe 3.
3. You said there were 2 of them underwater, and there's 1 in town.
Oh right, there's 1 in town. That was the one that we've forgotten about.
There it is. Okay. Oh, it's an empty item slot.
Oh, that's right. You can just instead of having to use a special attack, you can just shoot an enemy and the carrot will pop out.
Yep.
You just shoot a
That's
charge
what
shot.
we've been using.
We've completely forgotten about that.
Whoa, we have a raid from Zoe Vermillion. Shout out to Zoe, thank you so much for the raid. And welcome to Rabi Ribi Rando.
Thank you for the raid, Zoe.
Okay, let's mark these things off on park.
So now there's another boss fight there, which because we killed the first bear. So now we have to take the long way out.
Since I'm near the hideout, I don't know, maybe I should go check that one. It's just 1 item though. Oh, we have slide. We can check what this is. Oh, it's a badge. I don't need that. Okay, so park is empty. We can clear out the rest of Sky High now too.
We can clear out everything.
Yeah. But using this carrot shooters, some places might be a little more difficult than others. Than they should be. Okay, let's go check what's over here. It's not all of park is cleaned out actually. We forgot the item behind Kotri. It's a potion. I forget what it says the health ups are called. Berry flavored? Strawberry flavored?
Oh, that is... So the health ups, the red potions, are strawberry flavored. The blue mana ups are blueberry flavored. The yellow pack ups are lemon flavored. The green regen ups are apple flavored. And then the purple attack ups are purple flavored.
You just couldn't let it have grape. It's purple flavored. Sorry.
And those are the actual item descriptions in the game.
I mean, we all know what purple tastes like. I mean, I know what purple tastes like. I just had a purple airhead, but it was labeled grape, but it was purple. Trust me. I bought a big thing of airheads the other day, and I keep eating them. So, you haven't given me any more mana, though.
So we're gonna do upper graveyard.
Okay, there's 2 items up there that we think. We're gonna buy some of these donuts because they give us the magic boost for ribbon, which will let us use carrots if there's not an enemy nearby that we can hit with things. Which is exactly, we ran into that, so that's exactly why we ran back to town.
So we're definitely going to be resetting more now, just because we need to conserve the special attack.
Oh, it's not even the right screen. Okay. Luckily, the reset point for us was really close. It's down here. Oh, yeah.
Loco Carrot, that's actually really good. That will slowly increase our boost point, our special attack meter over time without us having to shoot things. It's like that's definitely something that we wanted.
Oh, it's a cell phone. We found the cell phone.
It's useful because it'll tell you whether item locations are blank or not.
We reset because we wanted to keep the thing. We didn't want to get out of there. Okay, there's a. We did not mean to teleport. Oops.
So in town, we have picked up our very first egg. So we have 1 out of 5 that we need to complete this run. What we really want right now is their carrot shooter.
What we want is carrot bombs. Because it'll be easier than using the shooter. Okay. I'm a little unfamiliar with this area. To the right is 2 items. Is that super carrot? I think that's super carrot, but I don't know how to get there.
So what progression items would you still be missing here? Like what movement tech? What are you really looking for here?
Other than bombs, we have all the progression items we need. Wall jump would be kind of nice just for the simplicity of it. But,
yeah. Can you?
But we don't need it.
Can you do the turnaround wall jump that you start with unlimited times or?
No, you can do it once, and then you can do a kick off of the next wall, which you just saw us do.
Yeah, that was cool.
Did we check this item up here? We don't. I think there's a. I think there's a bomb here. Okay, good. Springy, wee.
I do like the carrot magic that just fires carrots out of your magic. Out of your fairy.
Yep. Okay, so the dark room was a bust, but there is super carrot, which is a really good item to use in boss fights, but not really outside of that. And since we have everything we need now, and I don't think there's any story progression locked anymore, any more rooms locked behind boss fights, so we're probably going to avoid them if we can.
All right, so we are just in pure hunting mode at this point. Rabbit season, if you will.
Do you remember where you said
the rabbit
was? This has been quite the seed so far.
And the rabbit is hunting.
We don't think we found it. We found the light orb. You found it earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, and we don't remember where it was. See,
Oh,
we're
no.
good, and you didn't.
That boost was misused. You went to. You did most of the Winterland, the Tundra thing, Northern Tundra.
So the progression item was in a location which was story blocked, which meant that it was basically guaranteed that was going to be one of the very last places that we would check. So not a nice location at all for it.
I failed. I'm going to try to get down there and then at the bottom edge of Sky High and lure that enemy over to hit them because the boost did not hit it. Did not drop the carrot there.
So the lay of the land is we are looking for progression here, it looks like. If you are just tuning in, this is Education Collective's Undefined Behaviour. This is their first speedrun marathon. I will promise, Rupash, I will stop saying this is the first behavior. What are we doing here? We are speedrunning things sometimes. We are sometimes showcasing. Sometimes we're showing off cool video games, giving a talk. Usually glitchy, unusual, marathon unsafe stuff. Usually queer or queer-related gaming content. Thank you, Rubash. I will consider that validation, and I will continue calling this is the first behavior of many.
Okay, I don't think I can open up. Last. Oh, dang it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can open up the bomb block just at the bottom of the Sky High Bridge. But Super Carrot is in there. And then the other two, I think one of them is blank, and the other one we couldn't get to see. Ravine has slide locations. Let's go check those. Or we can go underwater, actually. Even though we don't have the water orb, which is this game's gravity suit, with all the movement items, we should be able to do everything under there anyway.
No, we think that there's one area they actually do need a water orb for.
The really high springy jump thing?
Yep.
I think with air jump and slippers we can do it. I feel like we did that before.
So at the start, this game gave us put our first progression item in a story block item in a story block location where you have to actually kill 4 bosses to get to. So it was basically guaranteed that was going to be one of our last checks. And that was required. And then the next progression was behind a boss, which you would never fight unless you're really desperate.
It sounds like a marathon seed to me.
It really has been a marathon seed.
I really like this underwater movement. It doesn't look that bad compared to some other games how they treat underwater.
Oh yeah, you still have almost your full jump. You're just a lot slower.
Yeah, and that fish is really upsetting with you.
When you don't have the orb, these fish or hammer, these fish are really hard.
So we did not check the underwater area next to Zersno and the underwater area to the right.
Oh, we found an egg. Oh, that's probably the one you know, though.
Which one?
On the map, it is. Let us move our map
Left
over.
of the teleport?
Okay. No. It's a vanilla egg location. Near the quick beret.
Ooh, we don't think that was one that we knew.
Okay, so we're gonna type that in. Okay,
So that
that's...
just leaves one more egg you need to grab. Well, one more egg you need to find.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
grab
the
the other
first one
three that
I
you see?
grabbed. We should be able to grab all of them now.
Yeah, we should be able to. Which means that we should go through and just grab them.
That's what we're working. That's why one of the reasons why we decided to go underwater. Oh no, we're gonna have to fight Rita if we go this way. But it's better than going around. Because we did just find an egg, so we don't want to reset.
Yeah, that is... Yeah, with that, that'll be 4 out of 5 eggs.
Almost.
So at this point, this is just a hunt for
The last egg.
Yep.
After we collect the other ones.
Now, are there restrictions on where eggs can spawn, like in terms of areas or anything?
So
don't
nothing,
think so.
nothing in the post game.
Okay.
Well,
And there is,
yes.
and there is logic which guarantees that some eggs will be hard to reach, which means that they will be locked behind more movement items.
Well, 6 town members.
So it
Where
will,
we get to-
it can't put them in, oh gosh, that final
Library.
area. Yeah,
well, there's one
library.
spot in
That was
library that it can be, but they can't be in the Halloween areas because that's a DLC.
it. And when
it
you say
cannot be in
post,
library. It can be in the
That's
library
pretty-
entrance, but not the library itself.
What was that, Glitch Pitch?
is the post game considered anything after 10 town members?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
The areas that specifically open up after that.
Anything after you do the main game final set of 4 bosses.
Okay.
Got it.
Am I going the right way? I need to check the map. Yeah, I can go in over here, but there's actually a slide item to the left I need to go check. Oh, 2 eggs, yeah. That's 2 that we found underwater. That's probably the one you were talking about earlier near.
Yeah, the ones a bit to the left.
Mm-hmm. Just you go past Rita, go down and go left to slide blocks.
Yep.
This okay, good. The underwater is the town from the human world.
The humans have migrated underwater.
Okay, I have to teleport. There we go.
That is 4 eggs, and now we just go and clean up everywhere. Desperately searching for the last egg. We used Undefined Behaviour for the seed name, and
Yeah.
it definitely gave us a marathon-worthy seed.
Oh, absolutely. If I was
I
running
could go
a
down there.
If I was running a random this marathon, I'd have to do the same. But alas, not this year. But there's always next year.
Yeah, I really hope there is the next one.
Oh, there has to be a second behavior.
We hope so too. This has been a great marathon and a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in 10 minutes it closes up a officially on the East Coast day one, and it has been amazing.
We're gonna check Sky Island Town because we really like that area.
Yeah, and you can actually check everything now.
Oh, that's where the water orb. The water orb was at Air Dash.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So we definitely need to pick that up because that could be progression. There's an area under the logic in this game places some guarantees that some eggs will be in hard to reach areas, which where hard to reach means it actually builds out a It builds out a tree of what items are required to go to each location. So that underwater area that's hard to reach has a much higher than average chance of having items.
It looks like Randomania 2 has rated us with the, from what I'm reading into context clues in chat, the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise community has rated us. So, randos are here for randos.
Maybe a good time to plug the Final Fantasy incentive tomorrow.
Yes! Oh my gosh. Okay, so everybody that came here from Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, have I got a deal for you. We have, in our bid wars right now, tons of Final Fantasy IV NES, the one we all grew up with and know really well. NES character name bid wars. 8 characters. It can be yours. We have some bids already in there. We have Cat for Rydia. We have Ruby for Rosie. And we have Lightbulb, Laitbulb for Palom. And, yeah, no, okay, I thought we might have one more, but no, we do not. But,
Carrot Bomb. Sorry.
Sorry about that. But, you know, you can name your favorite Final Fantasy IV character from your favorite iteration of Final Fantasy IV, the NES version, to whatever you want. 8 characters. You can name, well, okay, you can name all the characters, but you don't get to name all 8 with one donation, is the thing. But you do get 8 letters in your name. 8 letters for one donation? Sounds amazing.
That's quite a deal. If that character doesn't have any names, it doesn't, like, you can donate $1, and there you go. You just named somebody.
Does it have to be letters, or can you, like, name somebody 101110?
I don't know the naming restrictions on this, but I imagine somebody in chat might be able to tell. All I seem to know is that it is 8 letters. I assume the regular, like, A through Z are available, but I don't want to be presumptuous. But numbers and symbols.
Punctuation also works. Awesome.
Numbers and
a character named in binary.
Oh, okay, so numbers, punctuation, and possibly weapon and armor icons? Possibly. Who doesn't want to name a character like 8 swords? Sometimes a character has 8 swords.
Oh no, this doesn't... So this actually doesn't get us wall jump. We don't actually have wall jump, so we can't actually check that location yet. So while it was going on, we found carrot bombs in Sky Island Town.
That's nice.
So there is a wall jump item, which we do not have, which could definitely hold progression at this point.
And when you have the wall jump, without it, you do this little turnaround thing that we're trying to demonstrate underwater. And since we're coming from under the wall, we just have to turn towards it and whatnot. But if we're facing in the wall, we have to turn away and then back to it in order to do a wall jump. But if we get the wall jump item, we won't have to do that, and we will get 2 wall jumps. And if we upgrade it, we can get a 3rd.
Zoe, I think you can split your 8 letters amongst the characters, but you need to make them 8 individual donations. And Sillyface says spaces are okay, so I say either you can name a character 8 spaces or space almost 2 times.
You know, there was a run earlier where the character's canon name is blank text field, so you could have a nod to that character by naming it with all 8 spaces, and thus a blank text field. Let's see. We've got things to check out. Oh, we messed up.
But you can't name your character space 8 times, because that's too many characters. That's a lot of characters. That is notably, 40 characters.
Oh, it was empty. Okay.
And I guess shout out to our friends on the front page.
We're moving really slow right now underwater without the water orb. When Freyas comes back here, they will be moving a lot faster.
We just very quickly scanned some of it. We scanned the right half, we did not check the dark room. We were trying to check the hard to reach location, but found out that we actually need wall jump for that.
Oh, okay. I think, let's try these two.
That's where purple was.
The bottom left item, and that should be out in the open once you get into the room, right? And the underwater area, because it's an empty room. Do we have to like shoot something?
The one with the bottom, the left side blue things that try and kill you.
It's the very bottom and the very left. It's down and left from the blue star item. Badge.
Yeah, the very left should be open. Both of those should be open.
Okay, then we don't have anything extra. So we found 2 of the eggs underwater, but where was the other one that you were talking about? Near the teleport. Let's see. Is that 2 under the teleport? Yeah, that's got to be it. We missed it. We didn't find anything important, so we can quick load back to the teleport.
So we have just found Bunny Strike, which allows you to attack out of a dash, and the cannon behind it is that you're not sliding. The hammer flies forward at the stone, and you try and hold on to it, which is absolutely wonderful.
Oh, it's just open. Okay. Oh, yep, there's the egg. So that's 3 eggs we have. We need to go get the 4th. Where was that one again? Let's go check that location again. Let's see. Oh, town. Silly us. We never grabbed the one in town.
Took us a long time to remember that one.
So one of the movement techs we don't think we talked about was with air jump. If you do these bunny hops that we were talking about earlier with using the quick drop to go faster, you can do the second jump out of that and you go super fast. Of course, I'm underwater going really slow right now, but you get the idea.
It looks like we may have wandered onto the front page, so that sounds like a cool thing. If anybody is new here, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, we were just commenting hype.
Hype is a good commentary. If anyone else is, or if anybody is new here, front page otherwise came here for Randomania, showed up because we kept talking about names of characters. This is Undefined Behaviour. This is a showcase and speedrunning marathon centered around queering games and queerness in video games. Or just games. I guess video games does not need to be the specific application of the name. Typically, for this marathon, people are exploring glitchy, unusual, marathon unsafe runs, as well as adjacent and related queer gaming content, which is pretty rad. As well, you can donate Donations go towards the Trevor Project, an American nonprofit organization that focuses on suicide prevention amongst lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning people under 25 years old. What can you donate for, though? I have an answer for you. We have a lot of Final Fantasy IV character names ready to be named. I had a bunch of example names that we can put in front of you. Why not is an 8-character name? We need 8 characters. We need more than... Wait, how many characters are in Final Fantasy IV? I feel like I'm shouting into the void with that one, but... We need more than 8 characters filled with 8 character names. Or less than 8 character names, but we need at least 8 characters named, probably. There's lots of good examples. Treasure, I heard, is a good one. I have heard that you could put sword and armor icons on there. 8 characters if you're feeling hungry. ATE. I think someone was talking about naming Edward Bradward in chat. Actually, if you want a donation, I do have Skullakitty with $8 saying Edward doesn't have any name options, so let's name him 8 spaces. As in, like, the number 8 and then spaces.
There's so much that you can do with character naming.
Hopefully someone takes our idea of a blank text field, has a little nod to the earlier, like, really out there kind of crazy game, a speech simulator. That was Box Strats, right? That ran that?
Yes.
Simulator is amazing.
Bonk definitely ran that, and I watched it, and I bought it and played it and did a run already today, so...
That does not surprise us.
You can't put a game like that in front of me and say, let's don't run it, because it's not gonna work. I'm gonna run it.
So glad we have Hammer for the blue poetry fight. At this point in the game, it would have taken a really long time with Ribbon only. Now, if you don't like having to deal with long fights like that with Ribbon, there is an option with the randomizer to give yourself like 40 attack boost right out of the gate. So Ribbon's a lot stronger. We tend not to play with those, but it is an option. I think there's even one for giving you plus 80 attack too.
Pew pew pew.
Last donut. Make sure I'm on Carrot Shooter before I use it. Water orb, even though I don't think I'm gonna have to go back to the water anymore. Oh no, I can't actually get out of here, so...
Oh no.
And now I have to do the fight again.
Oh,
what was it I was going for out here? There was something in the Sky High Town that I needed to go get. Do you remember what you got there, Freys? Oh, it was bombs. It's carrot bombs.
Oh yeah.
No, carrot bombs.
Carrot bombs.
That's
yes.
what we need. Because we've cleared out underwater.
At this point, we were just trying to explore everything we can think of.
Character name suggestions in chat are absolutely fabulous. 2 4s is 8 characters. I made the fun pun of 2 4s is 8 characters, but 8 4s is also 8 characters. There's Ward, there's Drop BL, open parentheses, Null. There is, oh gosh, can we name a thief? Is that 8 characters? Thief/0? You can put sword icons. You can put armor icons. You can just donate money and not request to name a character or anything. That's also possible. That's bold. But it's more fun when you name a character. 8 CHR. Characters is not a valid name, though.
Character is a valid name, if we can count correctly. Yes! We got it!
Did you find it?
It is above. It is a slide item at vanilla.
So we don't have to do this.
You don't have to do this.
Is that our, is that our
time
5
is
eggs?
coming up soon. Yeah.
Wow, 5 eggs coming up. We did it, chat. And I guess actually the players did it. I didn't do much. I just kept
You kept
talking.
us entertained.
I got brought in here to rename the marathon to the first behavior and shout about character names for an hour.
You might have to help us figure out where that bomb hole is, Reyes, because we don't remember.
Okay.
Oh, we should probably actually go buy a boost in case we need it to get
Shouting
the.
about character names. Shouting about character names is your job. Which
I guess so. Which
you're here.
not
You're
a
here to get
character.
you're here to get the donations.
Remind the people what they're doing here.
You know, we can always name the twins Glitch and Witch.
That's
We
right.
could.
We could. I don't know why I had to count that on my hands. Apparently, math is hard. Even though it's not really like math, it's literally just counting.
It's okay. You're under pressure. You're hosting. There's some leeway there.
Yeah, I'm hosting. I'm keeping track of donations. I am watching y'all and being very entertained by what you're doing, by the way. I've been really interested in this rando for a while, and I'm happy to do it. And we could name Glitch and Witch for all the characters. No, let's not do that.
With all the eyes.
With all the eyes. That's a lot of eyes. Is that 3? Did you put 3 eyes in my name in each word? Fair enough. Or just 8 eyes. Just name all the characters the letter I. 8 eyes, also not a game appearing in this marathon, I believe, but a good video game. You could play as a bird.
Is it in the same? Is it in the room with vanilla, or above it rather,
Yep,
or
just
do I have
above
to?
Glitch Witch did briefly have their name just be I.
Yeah, that happened in a Discord at one point.
Is it in this room with all of the crosses, right?
Yep, just to the right.
Sometimes a glitch is 8 eyes.
You enter vanilla from the top right.
Okay. Over here to the far right of all the crosses.
It should
I got
be down
more.
a little bit more.
Oh, here. This makes sense.
You have enough carrot bombs. You can just try all the locations.
Oh no!
Should be down a tile. There you go.
Yeah, she's doing no. She's doing the thing in the wrong spot. How do I get her? How do I
Oh
get her
no!
to-
You need to get. You might need to get carrot bombs for this.
I guess I do.
This is very rude of this fairy.
So
This is why she's a
Wow.
meal.
This is actually carrot bombs required.
and we were over that way. We're like, oh, we don't have to do this then. Let's go. The game is like, oh, one last little ha.
Just when you thought your run was done.
This game really does try to force deep progression, and in this seed, we required the light. We had to get the light orb which required 4 town members, and then that gave us access to Slide at a really, really trolly location behind a boss that you would never do unless you're very desperate. And then Slide gave us access to Air Jump, which gave us access to Orange. Where was Orange?
Oh, we're having trouble remembering right now. But why don't you show off the rainbow shot since you have it?
That gave us access to Orange, which gave us access to High Jump, which gave us access carrot bombs. So we have enough money. We're gonna defeat Vanilla using only the rainbow shot. So the first thing is that you have homing. Your regular attacks are just homing attacks. They will just follow all the way around. And the big one uses your entire mana bar and costs money, but does a ton of damage.
Just for everyone who came in more recently with the raids and whatnot, the whole point of, or the goal of the randomizer isn't to beat any bosses. It's to get the rainbow beam. The goal is customizable with how many eggs you want to gather to win or placed. So that's all very good and all. But the goal for us today was to get 5, which collects the rainbow shot.
And I think it made for an admirable goal.
Beautiful eggs.
It's very appropriately rainbow themed, you know.
And actually, we have ribbons attacks that you can see in the top. That you can see cover the entire rainbow twice. So very, 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 very thematic.
This pattern with Blue Country, where we have to jump over parts of her attacks, that actually reads your inventory to know what kind of jump height you have. And it will be, if you don't have any items to get you any extra height, it'll be very low. But since we have all the jump height items, it's very high.
Can you trick the game by unequipping your jump height items?
Probably.
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's a really good question. Like, Stars, what would happen if you unequipped it right now for the next time that attack came?
I can't unequip it during the...
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's right. You can't unequip and re-equip during battle, so...
During the first, 4 seconds of a battle you can. And you can kind of cheat the game with... Because the game does look at how many badges you have equipped. So it probably does look at the items like that, too. But it looks at how many badges you have equipped, and as part of the calculation for the enemy's boss, or the boss HP, rather. So you can, by going into the boss fight without the badges equipped, and then equip them later, sort of cheat it, make it think that, kind of make their HP a little lower.
Yeah, so maybe you would be able to cheat that attack through equipping and unequipping.
I do have this now, so I can actually get through. I did not need to come this way.
You did not need to come this way, but you beat it. You're not going to let the game beat you.
Do you remember where they were here?
It was kind of at the top right. It was off to the right, here at the top. We think it's the top right of the town.
Okay. Do I need bombs to get there, or is it out in the open?
No, you need bombs. You need orange to get there.
Then I need to teleport and go back to town.
This was a really wild seed.
Let me go look at the map. See where this teleport is.
Yeah, this seed took us on an adventure, and a very perilous one at that too.
Let's see. Okay. Need to go left and up to get to the town teleport, so at least I won't have to go back as far. And of course, that springboard messed me up, so I have to walk around again.
We got to show off so many extra boss fights and so much of the map with this seed.
Yeah,
we just never would normally show off.
To me, the boss fights kind of make this game. They're so much fun to do, and they're so creative and so cool.
Higher difficulties, the boss fights are so good. And the game gives you an autosave just before every boss, because you're expected to die a dozen times to each boss. It's just part of the game.
And it's gonna happen. The late game boss fights are hard to do. Okay, I guess, like, while y'all are digging and everything, we do have a donation. Again, I can read if y'all want to hear it.
Yeah, tell us.
Okay, hold on, I need to read this name and not get it pronounced wrong. Okay, I have $20 from Maid Walkherd saying, put this towards naming Edward Quadward in Final Fantasy IV. So we have hot competition for Edward. Let's not spell this wrong. Quadward.
Okay, that was an attack up.
Thank you so much for that lovely donation and participating to the Edward naming discourse.
That should be it. Carrot bombs, we think? No, that wasn't.
And that is a pack. Is it the one? Okay, there's on the map. There's an item 2 screens left of the teleport, which I guess is this one. Let's see. Yeah.
It's definitely one of the carrot bomb blocked items on the right side, if we remember correctly.
Well, there's. Oh, there's one down below. That's on the right side, so we'll go try that one. Is it this level? No, we think it's one more below. Oh, well. Is it here? I thought this one was supposed to be open.
No, that one's definitely not. That one's just to the one room to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, I go into the right. I'm already there on my screen, but I know the stream's a little bit behind.
No, that's definitely definitely not in the open.
Okay.
It should be to the top right corner where or not the top right corner of the left area, just before the cliff.
Right, there's a bomb thing over here. No.
Yeah, so just to the left of the hole is where the item is that you need to bomb. And that should be
okay. We had to reset. We used all of the So, if this is it, then time is coming up.
Well, I'm not in control of the timer.
Oh, no.
Ready.
This is gosh. That's the care bomb. For whatever reason, we were thinking we were going for the last egg, which we needed this for. That's what it was.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, you're getting there. You need to get
Okay.
that egg, or the carrot bomb, and then now you're going back to near vanilla?
Yeah.
Vanilla,
Yeah.
not vanilla in this. Got it. Is it just chocolate and vanilla in this one? That's the characters.
Yep,
And
those are
Coco.
the two kitties, and Coco is the last kitty.
Got it. Can you play
And-
as Coco in a DLC?
Not that we're aware of.
I thought I saw some screenshots on the developer Twitter, like animation of playing as her.
Possible. We haven't kept up with it recently. So in canon, Coco takes care of chocolate and vanilla, and the way that chocolate and vanilla fly are actually with Coco's machines. They're little Coco bombs with propellers on them that are allowing chocolate and vanilla to fly.
That is even better. I love it.
Okay, we're going to Sky High Bridge, so we're not too far. Time will be relatively soon.
And then Pandora is the princess. Princess Pandora. Only the DLC gives you the knowledge that she's not actually a princess. She just likes to call herself a princess.
I mean, that's relatable.
That's fair.
Relatable content here. This game, if you are just tuning in, this is Rabi Ribi Randomizer.
Time.
Hey, I'll clap. GG.
GG.
I'm so proud of both of you. You did great.
We're so glad you're here for the finishing up on this, and it looks like we did go over estimate a little bit.
That's okay.
Thank you so much for being here with us, with Twitch.
Oh,
we're really happy that you were hosting because you know this game and you enjoyed this game and love it.
Thank you so much for having me. I was put here on the schedule. I'm so happy it was with y'all.
And Natara also for being the host when we started. And gosh, is it Rubesh on the restream right now? Doing a good job back on the back end there. And I know Garby's doing some pre-flight, and everyone else who's been doing stuff behind the scenes or restreaming today and everything. It's been a really enjoyable day. Thank you so much. I'll let you close this out.
Thank you so much for everybody putting on this marathon.
Sorry. I don't want to cut off y'all at your marathon. Stay tuned. We've got more excitement coming up. If my memory and this schedule I'm looking at directly in front of me is not wrong, we have Celeste Mutate, or sometimes known as Mutest, if I'm not mistaken, coming up, which is a pretty cool thing. It moves. I'll let Ikuyo explain it because it's going to be super rad. Don't go anywhere, or do. It's cool. If you got things to do. But you know what? We've got such a good marathon coming up for the rest of the night, so check her out, and we'll see you very soon.